Hello everyone, welcome back to the manual testing interview questions and answer series. This is the part 17 video. As a part of this video, we are going to learn about scenario based questions. So below is the list of the interview questions. So let's start with the first question of this video. Question is, what would you do if the requirements are frequently changing? First, collaborate and communicate. Maintain constant communication with the stakeholders, product owners, and developers. Participate in daily stand-ups to stay updated on requirement changes. Clarify doubts immediately to avoid misunderstanding. Second, prioritize and plan. Prioritize test cases based on business impact of the changes. Focus on testing high risk and frequently changing areas first. Maintain a risk-based testing approach to cover critical features. Third, maintain flexible test plans. Create module and reusable test cases for easy updates. Document test scenarios instead of detailed step-by-step cases to adopt quickly. Fourth, continuous regression testing. Perform frequent regression testing to ensure previous functionality remains intact. Leverage automation for regression tests to save time. Fifth, version control. Use tools like Jira or Confluence to track requirement changes. Maintain proper visioning of test cases and documentation. Sixth, collaborate in agile environment. Work in a agile setup where changes are expected. Break down test execution into smaller tasks within the sprint. Seventh, provide continuous feedback. Provide early feedback on the impact of changes to stakeholder. Communicate risk and potential defects from continuous requirement changes. So in this way we can handle the changing requirements. So let's move for the another question. Next question is, if a test case fails during execution, what steps would you follow? Systematically investigate, document, communicate, and validate the issue to ensure effective defect management and quality assurance. So first, analyze the failure, review the test steps, ensure the test was executed as per the defined steps, check test data and environment, confirm that correct test data was used and the environment is stable, reproduce the issue, try to replicate the failure using the same input and conditions. Second, capture evidence, take screenshots, logs or error messages to document the failure, record any unexpected behavior and note the exact steps where the failure occurred. Third, investigate the root cause, verify if test it's a valid defect or an issue due to test case issue, incorrect steps or data, environment issue, server down or network problem, application defect that is functional or a UI bug. Fourth, log the defect. If it's a defect, log it in a defect management tool like Jira, Bugzilla or Azure DevOps. Provide clear details such as steps to reproduce, actual versus expected result, severity and priority, environment details. Fifth, communicate the issue. Notify the relevant stakeholders including developers and test leads. Provide evidence and detailed information to support the investigation. Sixth, retest and validate. Once the defect is fixed, perform retesting to verify the resolution. Conduct regression testing to ensure the fix has not impacted other areas. Seventh, update test cases. If the failure was due to test case issue, update the test case with the correct steps. Maintain proper version control for tracking changes. So in this way we can handle the defect. So let's move for the another question. Next question is, how do you integrate manual testing with CI/CD pipelines. First, define test scope. Identify which part of the application require manual testing, that is exploratory, usability, or visual testing. Automate repetitive and predictable tests to reduce manual efforts. Second, implement test triggers, schedules manual testing and appropriate stages of pipeline, typically after automated test execution, includes manual testing as a part of user acceptance testing or staging environment validation. Third, test management tool integration. Integrate test management tools like Jira, TestRail, or Zapier with the CI/CD pipeline, log defects and track test progress directly through these tools. Fourth, continuous feedback. Provide feedback from manual testing scenario to developers in real time. Capture issues using screenshot logs and detailed reports for faster debugging. Fifth, hybrid testing approach. Combine manual exploratory testing with automated functional and regression testing. Focus manual efforts on area where automation is ineffective, like complex UI flows. Sixth, reporting and visibility. Integrate manual test report into pipeline dashboard using tools like Allure reports or Jenkins report. Provide clear visibility of test coverage, defects and risk. Seventh, continuous improvement. Identify frequently failing manual tests for automation. Continuously refine the balance between manual and automated testing for optimized coverage. So in this way we can integrate manual testing with a CI/CD pipeline. Let's move for the another question. Next question is, what challenges might you face while managing test data? First, data availability, obtaining relevant and sufficient data for compressing testing. Second, data security, protecting sensitive or confidential data and ensuring compliance with data privacy regulation. Third, data masking and anonymization, masking sensitive data for use in non-productive environment. Fourth, data consistency, ensuring data remains consistent across different testing environment. Data integrity, preventing data corruption or loss during manipulation or mitigation, migration. 6. Data volume management, handling large data sets without impacting test execution performance. 7. Data refresh and reset, managing data refresh for repeated test runs, especially in automated testing. Test data generation, creating realistic and diverse data sets for edge cases and negative testing. Ninth, environment synchronization, aligning test data across multiple test environments. 10. Data dependencies, managing complex interdependencies between data in integrated system. 11. Tool limitation, lack of efficient tools for test data management resulting in manual efforts. So these challenges might we will face while managing the test data. Let's move for the another question. Next question is, how would you handle sensitive data during testing? Data masking and anonymization, replace sensitive data with fictitious but realistic data. Use data masking tool to protect PII. PII means personally identifiable information and sensitive records. Data encryption, encrypt sensitive data during storage, transmission and uses. Then third, use synthetic data, generate synthetic or dummy data for testing instead of using actual production data. The next, role-based access control, RBAC, implement across control to ensure only authorized personnel have access to sensitive data. The next, data subsetting, use a minimal relevant subset of production data to reduce exposure. The next, audit and logging, enable logging to monitor across and uses of sensitive data. The next, compliance adherence, ensure compliance with regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, or CCPA by following data privacy policies. The next, data retention and disposal. Establish clear policy for securely deleting sensitive data post testing. The next, test environment isolation. Keep test environments separate from production to prevent accidental data leakage. And last one, continuous training and awareness. Educate testing team about the importance of data privacy and security best practices. So in this way we can handle sensitive data during testing. Let's move for the another question. Next question is, what factors would you consider when selecting test cases for regression testing? First, core functionalities, test cases covering important feature. Second, frequent changes, area that were recently modified. Third, defect prone, modules with past issues. Fourth, dependencies, feature linked to other modules. Fifth, critical test cases, high priority scenarios. Sixth, automation, prefer automated test for quick execution. Seventh, integration, test data flow between systems. Eighth, bug fix verification, ensure previous bugs are fixed. Ninth, customer impact, test user facing features. And last one, performance impact, validate system performance after changes. So in this way we can consider test cases for regression testing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos. See you in the next one video.